How to flip it. I can't flip it. Oh look. There we go. I ain't been live on YouTube in so long. I be forgetting how to work it. 1 second, I'm gonna let y'all join up in here with me. We're gonna talk about a little something today. Talk about if you stuck, what to do to get unstuck. All right. Give y'all a chance to join. I know y'all probably get late notifications these days since I don't go live like I used to. So make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I do go live. All right. About to go pick my son up from school because they get out early today. So figure I'll hop on here and talk to y'all as I'm doing it. All right. As I wrap up at this office today, man, I got so much shit to do. It's crazy. But we gonna get it done. It's better to be busy. You know what I mean? Better to be busy. That means you're getting something done. You know what I mean? Especially in business. Shout out to my brother Mike checking in. Gotta get you on here for an interview, bro. This shit well overdue. I know everybody wanna hear about that cleaning company. You know what I mean? Like, damn, where your brother at? You say you from a cleaning company. How come we won't hear from him? Alright, am I leaving anything? Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna get to the point in a minute. Yeah, definitely hit the like button if you in here, because you already know I'm gonna drop jewels once I get to going. Alright, y'all. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what to do if you stuck. Alright. So if you stuck right now, it's very simple. By the way, whenever I go live, feel free to ask your questions, because that's what I'm really here for. I only come with topics because it killed the dead time. Alright, but really I'm on here to talk to y'all. Alright. I'm gonna answer any questions that y'all got one-on-one directly, live in the flesh, so that way you know it ain't rehearsed. I ain't no Google nothing. You know what I mean? None of that shit. I give you what I know right on top. Oh, matter of fact, I got my microphone in here too. For sure. Alright, bet, bro. I got you. I'm gonna plug this microphone up, y'all. Let me know if y'all can or can't hear me once I do this. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it on first. Because when I start driving, I know sometimes that driving can fuck up the audio. Alright, it's on. I'm gonna set this right here. Alright. Now, can y'all hear me all right? Does that sound better or worse, or you can't hear us at all? Shout out to Jasmine checking in. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Said thanks for the tips you always give. I appreciate you for taking the tips. Are y'all able to hear me with the microphone? Or should I take it out? Let me know something, y'all. Peace, peace. What up, what up? Let me know if y'all can hear me with this microphone. If not, then I'll take it out so we can go in. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about this, what to do when you're stuck, all right? Because a lot of times we get stuck in business. And you kind of get at this crossroad like you don't know what to do. I kind of touched on this on the video I dropped last night, right? But I got to drive this home because turn this Bluetooth off because I think it might throw everything off. Again, let me know if it mess up. But anyway, because you know it'll hook up to the car and throw the whole shit off. But anyway, this is what I'm about to tell you though. So here's what to do if you get stuck, right? Because sometimes we get stuck in business. You might hit a plateau, or you feel like you ain't growing, or you might feel like you can't find the right employees, or shit just can't seem to go right. Anything, right? You just feel stuck, or you don't know what to do next. You wonder, damn, is this it for my life? I'm just gonna, I mean, clean these 20 buildings or these 10 buildings, and that's it. Know what I mean? So here's what to do when you get stuck, y'all. Just do everything you're supposed to do. All right. What I mean is, you know, a certain shit that you need to get done. By the way, I hate I got these big bulky keys and they be jiggling every time I turn and drive and stuff. So my bad for that too when y'all hear that. But anyway, but you know you got a list of shit that you need to be done, right? Some of us got to goddamn, we ain't got our books in order, and you know you need to sit down and do that. Some of y'all know that y'all got people leads like business cards sitting on your desk that you ain't even called yet. Now I mean, some of it, matter of fact, some of y'all, speaking of that, how many of y'all go door to door, get these business cards, right, and never follow up with them? Or you go door to door, you leave flyers, hoping that somebody call you as if your phone broke. Call them. I mean, like, don't sit here, wait around for these people to call you. You call them. Now, I mean, if you're serious about growing the business, get aggressive with it, right? Follow up with these people. That's number one. But just do every single thing that you know that you have to do, y'all. Now, I mean, we got websites that could be better. Now, I mean, you said you was going to add a chat button to your website. You ain't did it yet. You said you was going to list yourself on Google My Business. You ain't did it yet. You said you're going to put before and after pictures on Google My Business. You ain't did it yet. Before and after pictures on Instagram. You ain't did it yet. You said you just found out about LinkedIn the other day, and you ain't even get on LinkedIn and put the profile on there. Do it. Now, I mean, like, we got to stop playing. Like, if you stuck right now, and then you trying to figure out why, or you looking at the other person next time on the internet, or somebody around your way somewhere, like y'all both in the cleaning industry, but seem like it's working better for them and not you. It's because they working better than you. You know what I mean? It's because they putting in the work and you ain't. Simple as that. Just put the work in. Like, focus. Start doing all of that shit. Like, I be having this long ass to-do list, and it grows more and more every day. You know what I mean? And you just got to do that shit. Like, when ain't nobody around, when it's just you in that office, or you in your room, or you in the building cleaning, now I mean, you got to put that silent work in that ain't nobody else doing, and that's what's gonna get you ahead. Like, when I be looking at some of the things that I've done or that I'm able to do today, is because of the shit I did yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff that you do yesterday is gonna determine what you can get to do today. The stuff you do today is gonna determine your tomorrow. So it's like, if you know you ain't where you want to be today, then how can you ensure that you're there tomorrow? But the work in today. I mean, simple as that. This shit is easy. Cheap Cinema said, stop that phone call from ringing. Cheap Cinema said, is it pretty easy to make $2,000 or $2,500 a month? How would you go about getting to that number? I need to quit the day job. Man, $2,000, $2,500 is so easy in this industry. It honestly is ridiculous. That's nothing. That's, as a matter of fact, get a bigger goal, because that ain't nothing. That's one contract. Honestly, like, just aim for something bigger. Let me turn my vibration off, turn it on silent right quick. But yeah, man, just aim for, like, first of all, this is what I would do. Y'all seen the video. I got a bunch of them on here. But literally, just make a list of all of the type of buildings you want to clean. Call them one by one. Ask to provide a quote for cleaning service, and try to target businesses that can pay you exactly the amount that you want. Like, if you know you want $2,000 a month, then target a bigger size building. You don't want no little small jank. If you, all right, well, fine. Let's just say, because sometimes the small ones are the easiest ones to get, right? Go out there, go get your $250 a month accounts to be done with it. Clean them motherfuckers bi-weekly and be good. 30 minutes every other week. You know what I mean? Go out there, clean them janks and be good. It's nothing. It's really not that hard at all. It's just about if you gonna put the work in. That's the only way. It's the only way to not succeed in this business is to simply not do what you're supposed to do, to not put the work in. Now, man, that's what I'm talking about today. Is just getting unstuck and simply go do the shit you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Last year, what was that, 2021? I had missed the whole damn tax deadline. No, I mean, just be real with y'all. I missed the whole shit. And I had to catch up on it and get that done. And it's like, damn, then 2022 come around, and I'm wondering, damn, what the fuck? I mean, like, certain things ain't right on my number. It's like, what? That's because you ain't do what you're supposed to do last year. So it's trickling over. You see what I'm saying? So then, as I start to unsort all the shit out, it's like, damn, I was chilling too hard. I'm sitting here, not looking and watching my shit, and that's what happened. So now it's like, all right, now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but it ain't instant. The shit's never instant. So what you gotta understand is, do what the hell you supposed to do today, so that way this time next year you won't be in the same damn position. I get a lot of people. Think about all the people, including yourself. If you one of them watching this right now, look at the amount of fucking interviews that I've done on my channel. testimony after testimony of different fucked up situation after different fucked up situation. These people getting out here making it happen. They bought the cleaning business starter kit. Some of them ain't even get the whole starter kit. They just joined the network and was able to work with the information that's inside the course. And they, you know what I mean, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, whatever grand a month, right? I think the smallest one on my interview might have been 2,500, I think. And that was actually, I probably shouldn't say his name if I'm talking about the smallest one. But regardless, though, we cheer on all accomplishments, and not to mention that guy still had a day job. That's all he was looking for. You know what I mean? And he made it work. You know what I mean? So, and I think it took him 6 months, but he said it was because he won't put in the work. You know what I mean? He admitted that. But the bottom line is, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, if you just, the more you work, the more you put into it, the more you're gonna get out of it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So it's like, ain't no such thing as, oh, I'm stuck, or I can't never get a break. No, go make the break. You know what I mean? I remember, I never forget that shit. My brother-in-law, shout out to Roger. My brother-in-law was way back in the day too, but my brother-in-law had got a job in the shipyard, and he was making, I think, like, might have been like $18 an hour. And I was like, well, I'm happy for him, but I was kind of pissed because I'm like, dog, what the fuck I got to do? Like, them type of breaks. You know what I mean? I kept making little $9, $10, $12 an hour jobs and shit. And then the motherfucker come around and be clear. I ain't gonna lie, since I've been an adult, I've always been like this. Like, I've always been a business-minded person. Shit, I can't even say since I was an adult. Since I was born, I've been into business. Like, I told y'all, well, I ain't tell y'all, but I said on one of my interviews I was on, somebody was interviewing me. And I said, I was into Diddy more than I was with Biggie, because I was like, who's the nigga right there that's in charge of shit? Like, I want to be the one that's in charge of shit. You know what I mean? That was always me. And so, but getting to, damn, I forgot where I was going with that story because I seen a comment pop up. Damn, I stay doing that. But anyway, I stay forget. You would think I do smoke. Oh, that was the point. Damn. I said that and made me think of. But yeah, my goddamn brother-in-law, so he got that job. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why I ain't get this break? Because bro, like, he got down, he turn up every day. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I won't smoking like that or nothing for real. I'm going to work every day. I'm trying to be honest. I ain't selling, ain't hustling no more at that time. So I'm like, why the fuck I can't get no break? And I got kids and shit. But I had to get out there and make my break. See, one thing that he did was he met somebody that would do resumes, and they helped make him a resume, right? And that was how he got in there. He told me about the person, what I do. No, I know how to make my own resume. No, I can't. And so I ain't get it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, he did what he was supposed to do to get himself in that particular position at that time. And that's the same thing goes for with this business and any other business. Just do what you're supposed to do. If you want to get $2,000 a month in revenue and contracts this month, then go make proposals out to at least 20 grand and close. Because worst case scenario, you can close on 10%. I seen Mark Anderson, a veteran legend in this cleaning industry. He said their closing rate, conversion rate was 40%. All right, 40%. So that means every time that they went on 10 walkthroughs, they got at least 4 out of the 10, which is damn good. So I'm telling you, just aim for, even if you get 10%, you're gonna be in good hands. You know what I mean? You be great. So it's just like, damn. So all you got to do is cold call more businesses, or go door to door go door to door more businesses, or buy more leads. Whatever way that you get your leads or your appointments, do more of that, and then propose to more than what the hell you want to get. So if you want to get $2 grand a month, then propose to 20 grand. Now, I mean, if you want 10 grand a month, propose to 100,000. And I don't know if y'all know what I mean when I say propose, just to be clear. I'm saying write out enough proposals, right? Like bids, submitting bids, proposals, same thing. Send out enough of those to where it equals 100,000. Close on at least 10% of those, you get the 10 grand. But if you ain't out here, I mean, like, sending out 10 grand worth of proposals, how the hell you expect to grow by 10 grand at least every month? At least put the work in, y'all. Put the work in. Simple as that. You can't look at other people and think, I'm telling you, I'm guilty of this. One thing I used to do too, because I like these new motherfuckers come along. Y'all understand? I've been on YouTube since 2014. I've been out here for a while now. Just like this. This is how I used to be, and the camera quality won't this good because my phone won't that good. All right, and the new people come along. These new people come along, and they shooting past me in subscribers, shooting past me in Instagram followers. Right? They doing all of this bullshit, and I'm kind of getting jealous because I'm like, dog, that the motherfucker don't know more than me. No, I mean, they don't know more than me about business and this and that, right? I'm being arrogant, cocky, and stupid, really. But it's like it wasn't about that. It was about the work they was putting in. Maybe they studied how to grow fast on YouTube, or maybe they studied the demographic they were talking to and knew how to reach them and talk to them. Maybe they used better thumbnails. Maybe they actually took the time to go buy quality cameras instead of using their old raggedy ass phone. And I mean, it's different things. It's like, again, whatever you put into something is what you're gonna get out of it. And it ain't always about the money that you put into it either. Everything takes resources, but what are the resources? Time or cash. I ain't gonna say time is money, time or money, because really time is the money, right? But either cash or goddamn time. So what are you gonna put in? If you ain't got a lot of cash to invest, then guess what you gotta do? Put the time in there. Now, man, what's the time? The time is getting out here, going door to door, emailing motherfuckers, all of that. That's the time if you don't have the cash to buy leads. But if you got the cash to buy leads, then buy more leads and go in. Buy marketing, buy fucking Google ads, buy Facebook ads, radio and all that shit. If you got the cash. If you ain't got the cash, then you got to get out this shit and go door to door. You got to hop on LinkedIn, hop in people inboxes and shit. You got to post every day on social media. You got to tell everybody in your phone, I got a cleaning company, we need some customers. What's up? You know what I mean? If you get me a customer, or you get me a meeting with the person that hired the cleaning company at your job, if we close the deal, I'll pay you half of what the first month payment is. So you get you a $2,000 contract, get somebody $1,000 right before Christmas right here. Hell yeah, they love to help you. Matter of fact, they might be thinking about coming to work for you as a salesperson, 100% commission after that when they see that goddamn $1,000 come in. You know what I mean? For real. Shout out to Q checking in. CBA member, Cleaning Biz Automation. Appreciate that. And I see a bunch of other comments too, but I'm about to get on this interstate, so it might be a little while for me to get to y'all. Let's see what we got though. Shout out to anybody from VA, everybody, period though. But shout out to VA checking in, home state, 757. What else we got? Hold on, y'all. Let me get on here good. Who was that? That's Royalty says, thanks for the encouragement. Definitely appreciate it for sure. I'm telling you, because we know what we need to do. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, most of the time, you don't need nobody else goddamn course. Because we got a lot of that going on too these days, where motherfuckers addicted to just buying courses because you think somebody else got the answer for you. And that's another thing too. That's why I'm tempted to do it, even though I've always been almost religious against what do they call it? They call it lifestyle marketing, right? Where you show off your shit. But sometimes I get tempted to do it because it definitely works. And the way it works is because it psychologically will fuck you up. You're like, damn, I think dude might be a scam, but he keep pulling up in that goddamn, you know what I mean, whatever type of fancy car, you name it. Or they living in that goddamn mansion, or they got this, or they got that, and you start to feel like, damn, you know what? Let me go and get this course, just for you to get it. And then now you 10 courses in. You got one on drop shipping, you got one on goddamn e-commerce, you got one on Amazon FBA, you got one on goddamn credit repair, then you got another one, all type of shit. When in reality, you don't even like. Come on, to pick a lane and roll. Pick one goddamn thing and go. If you don't know nothing else, know what I mean, that you get from me, you got to know me for that. Pick one thing. And while my lane is cleaning, I don't never get up here and tell you it got to be cleaning that you pick. I'm here to tell you, if you want it to be cleaning and you want some help with it, I got you. But it ain't got to be clean. It could be any guy. I swear to God, almost all this shit work. All of it. But it's about if you work. You just got to work. As simple as that. Pick one goddamn lane, stay in, and stop trying to do everything. All of the attention that you putting into all these 50 different damn businesses, if you just take that attention and put into one, I promise you, it'll take you to the top. I did, and I'm speaking from experience. That's what I used to do. Now, I ain't never been like no buy a course type of person. I ain't never been crazy into that. I bought a few courses over time, but I ain't never like been course to course. But I will go YouTube video to YouTube video. And you know what I mean? So that's why I learned how to do a lot of this shit. Like that's how I learned to build my own app. That's how I learned how to do drop shipping. That's how I learned how to all the different shit that now is applied to my one business. So it taught me a lot of different skills. But at some point I woke up and learned, oh damn, they didn't say in order to be a millionaire you need what they say 7 streams of income. They said the average millionaire got 7 streams of income. They didn't say the average millionaire became a millionaire by having 7 streams of income. They just said they got 7 streams of income. So what I'm telling you, typically, if you look at it, they use one stream to get the wealth, right? To get the riches. Then they spread that shit out to stay wealthy. But you don't need 50, I mean, 5, I'm going to stop saying 50 because I like to exaggerate a little bit because it's funnier. But, but you don't need 5 different damn businesses, y'all. If you got the cleaning business, and that'd be the craziest thing about it, too. You'll be in the cleaning business and turn around and go invest in another type of business when you are already making the most in your cleaning business. That's literally what I did. I had a cleaning company. Let me see. I think at that time when I first got started doing all my different shit, I probably was making like maybe $4,000 for my cleaning company. Then I had no, because this is after I quit my job. When I had my job, I was making $4,000. I was getting another 6 or 7 from 4. Yeah, 4 from the job. Then I had the rental property that was about $400 after the mortgage. I had the YouTube check that was about $500. I had the ebook that was bringing in a couple $100 a month. I had all these different streams, but in reality, all I had to do was just go into my cleaning company. So after I quit the job I had, then I poured into the cleaning company. And that's when that motherfucker started to grow. Then as time went on, I really learned, you know what? I don't need none of it. It was too late by then. Plus, I was with a franchise. So that makes a difference, by the way. So if you were the cleaning franchise, all I want you to do, I bet. Speaking of that cleaning franchise, right? So one thing that they used to fuck me out when I was with the cleaning franchise was because I had so many different accounts with them, and I had so many different people working for me, and it was like after a while, I won't get no younger, right? And I'm like, damn, that's all I know. I can't start over now. I'm already this is what I do. But this is what you need to understand if you win a cleaning franchise, by the way. Just prepare to sell that motherfucker and build your independent cleaning company because you can't never. I hate to tell somebody what they can't never do. But number one, I'm learning that it's okay to make bold goddamn statements and stand on that shit. That's number one, especially when I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But number two, it just is what it is. Honestly, you ain't gonna scale as long as your whole shit is based around somebody middlemaning you. That's just a fact. You ain't doing million nothing if somebody else is over you the whole time. And not to mention, wait till I drop this next fucking video exposing how they bid. I won't gonna drop it out here. I was gonna keep it in Clean Biz Network. But enough people ain't see that shit. I need people to see that motherfucker. Honestly. And the shout out to Dookie Chronicles. So they do videos on the cleaning franchise, right? Shout out to them. They good people from what I can tell. And I think they had very good intentions when they made that video. But I made a response to that video because I wanted to break some math down for the people even further. So that video is coming soon. And when y'all see that video, you're going to see exactly why I say you can't scale with no damn franchise, because you're going to see how severely underbidded a lot of their contracts be. It's ridiculous. And the worst part about it is, they big. Those companies are big. So if anything, the way logic to me says the bigger company should cost the most because they got more expenses. They should be better quality. They should be more experienced. They should be everything better. So it should cost more. But for some reason, they do the shit backwards. No, man, they be the cheapest, and it's disturbing, really, when you really get to see some of that shit sometimes. Again, franchise can be a decent opportunity for people who are just getting started. You need a leg up. Maybe you got certain limitations with you, right? But I'm telling you now, if you know damn well that you can open your mouth and say, hey, I'm AJ with Clean Biz Network. Do you know who's in charge of hiring the cleaning company for you guys here? If you could say that out your damn mouth, If you have an email address, if you're capable of watching a YouTube video that says how to, and then you can pause that motherfucker, go do what they said, pause that motherfucker, go do what they said. If you're capable of doing that, if you ain't scared to get out this motherfucker and pass out some flyers, if you ain't scared to hold a job interview and interview some people, you don't need no babysitter. No, man, you don't need them there. What are they really doing for you? Sending invoices? You can't send a fucking invoice? Like, come on. That's a bill. Like, you don't need that shit. And that's why, too, don't y'all... Anyway. I'm going to say it because y'all know damn well. That's why... I ain't going to say it. I ain't even going to say it. I'll say shit like that for when we do CBN conference and shit and live stuff again. See, when you get me in person, then I can really... But anyway. Plus, I'm getting back into B2B. So I got to be careful now with what I'm saying on the internet, too. But yeah. I'm here, y'all. Just give me a second to stop, and I'm going to start looking at these comments. I see y'all laughing at me. I'm surprised I've been this long without going live. This should be kind of therapeutic sometime. I appreciate y'all chilling with me on here. I forgot how fun this could be. But anyway, and by the way, I did post yesterday. I was like, I'm about to start going live again. So post your, let me know what y'all want to talk about. So I'm definitely going to, as I come up here more, I'm going to start looking at those for ideas. So make sure you definitely share what you want me to talk about when we hop on here. All right, I'm almost here, y'all, pulling in. I should, since my son, he loves any type of attention he can get. So I should interview him. Just let him talk to y'all real quick before we go. He'll probably eat that up. All right, let's see. If you're watching this, hit that like button for me. I would appreciate it. All right. Hey, right, with trash sales people, I see what we got. Let's start up at the top. I would just explain it to a subcontractor. What is this? Jasmine says, I'm guilty. I'm afraid I'm not going to get the job, any job. I got discouraged, but you are right. If we just stop doing, we are not going to get anything. And that's it. I'm telling you. Let me tell you. All right, I'm going to tell the truth, y'all. I'm going to expose myself. This right here is what helped me do this live today. And the reason why I do this, even though I'm supposed to be AJ and I'm supposed to be all this and that, the reason why I still stay vulnerable up here is because that's how I started on YouTube. I hop on this motherfucker and I tell the truth. So my audience appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all still rocking with me being regular. So here we go. I'm going to expose myself, Jasmine, so you know you ain't alone. So I went door to door last week. I told y'all about that. And I recorded it too. And so that content is coming. And anyway, I went door to door, and one of the people that I went door to door to, and I was hoping that I could wait till later to say this because I just talked to him. And again, he got my business card. If you look us up, it's very, very easy that my video is going to come up. And so I don't want to show my whole hand. But anyway, I went door to door. One of the places I went door to door to was they do like short-term rentals, kind of like Airbnb, but they were out before Airbnb. And so it's like that, right? Well, understand, I ain't never did Airbnb before. I'm commercial cleaning. I got a little bit of residential experience, but I'm commercial cleaning. A little bit of post-construction, but I'm commercial cleaning. Office buildings, preferably with carpet. All right. So when I went in and talked to him, he was like, he don't want that office clean. He want Airbnb, like the turnover shit. And so he was like, you good with that? You can do that? And I was like, yeah, we can get it done for you. And then I get in the car, I'm like, oh shit, what? Damn. I don't even know if I want to fuck with that for real. So, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and do it. So today is the day where I'm supposed to call and follow up with everybody from last week, which I did. And I saved that one guy for last because he seemed very eager. And I talked to him today. He definitely wanted to get me on board, but he said he going to wait till the new year, though. But he said he was sitting there literally looking at my card as I called. That was crazy. And so, but needless to say, though, I got to confess, I saved him for last because I kind of knew that it was a warmer lead than the other ones, number one. And most importantly, because it was something that I'd never done before. If it was an office building, I wouldn't have been hesitant like that. But I kind of was hesitant because I was like, fuck, what if he say start tomorrow? I ain't in position to be, like, I ain't ready. But then I'm like, dog, If you don't go ahead and get that goddamn money, stop playing. Like, what is you AJ motherfucking Simmons, dog? Like, how you doing the shit that you tell everybody not to do? You know what I mean? To be scared, to be nervous, do that shit. And then I was like, all right, bet. Let me go ahead and hit my people up. So I called two different people that I know can get it done. You know what I mean? Really, I called one contractor that I know that can get it done, and then I called my wife and asked her, "You trying to do these goddamn these apartments with us if the niggas say start now and we don't get no subcontract in there?" And she was like, "Shit, as long as you with me, let's do it." So I was like, "Bet." And I said, "Plus, we can bring the video guy with us, and we can, you know what I mean, make content out of that." So, and obviously, we wouldn't do it long. We would just do it just enough to get somebody in there. And the reason why I don't want to do it is because number one, I'm past that, right? Like, I'm at the point where, hey, if we ain't got nobody to cover it, we just can't do it, but we can see if we can get you scheduled for the next day. That's where I'm at. But at the same time, like, you know what? No, fuck that shit. Let's get back in the trenches, and I can make some content out of it. Plus, again, I don't have experience with Airbnb and all of that type of apartment move out for real like that. So me doing it would help me to be able to help y'all better, because my lead generation typically is best at getting apartment move out. So it will help me. But I did want to let you know, I put it off too. I was procrastinating too. You ain't the only one. You know what I mean? But just do it. Like, when I had to really be real with myself, I'm like, what am I doing? I got money just sitting here, and I'll let the shit just go sometime. Like, I'm tripping. All right, what else we got? Shout out to AJ. You helped me out. You helped me out on a bid, and I never sent in bid. I never sent the thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, Munch, for the help and the building about to expand in May. Shout out to Peace and War. I'm glad I was able to help. Do the same rules apply for non-commercial companies? Yeah, for the I mean, as long as it's a company, it's really commercial, honestly. Now, but really, when we say commercial, we're really talking about like janitorial. But technically, anything that you're paying that's paying you that's a business is really commercial, because it ain't residential. But anyway, and yeah, all the same rules apply. Like, even when you're trying to go get those bigger buildings, it's the same. Matter of fact, let me pull this over here so I ain't gotta. No, I won't put it over here. Then I'm gonna be all in y'all face. Y'all gonna be all up my nose and shit. I'll keep it over there. All right. What else we got? What made you start working in the shipyard and made you think to go harder in the cleaning? Yeah, that's a good ass question. And the honest to God truth was, I just felt like I was outgrown it. I was like, dog, the time I'm sitting in here, I could be out there getting more customers. And then again, I was with a franchise, and when you with a franchise, they'll send these emails out, right? They'll be like, we got this contract, who want it, who's available for, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see certain contracts come in, and I couldn't take them because of my stupid ass job. And I was like, man, one day I just made up my mind, fuck this shit, I'm going. And you got to understand, when I did that, I was in a 4-year apprenticeship program. And typically at the North Naval Shipyard where I was at, if you come in as an apprentice, you're basically coming in to be a manager. Like, you're almost guaranteed, as long as you do what the hell you're supposed to do, you coming in to be the new leaders of the yard. So you're going to go from making the little hourly wages to moving up to those bigger salaries, and you can go as high as you want to, right? I was on track for that, and I was 3.5 years in. I think I had like 4 months left in that program before I graduated, and I walked out with 4 months left on that program. And I did it on purpose too, because I had read Think and Grow Rich, and in that book it said, burn the ships. Not the bridge. Don't burn your bridges, but burn the ships. And we was talking about when they went to war. Some guy went to war. He took the army over there. And then I guess they won't be army. But anyway, he took his crew guys over the army. And then he burnt the ships when they got off and set foot on that land over there. And he said, now we ain't got no choice but to win, because we can't leave unless we leave in one of their goddamn boats, right? So that's how I kind of looked at it. Like, you know what? I could have put in a leave of absence and I wanted to take 2 months off and build this business, because it was a government job. Government, you can get away with all type of shit. Then there was this rule in place that I knew about that said that if you go no call, no show, you got, I think, 364 days before they can actually terminate you. So I could have been going that whole time and popped up on that day before a year and came back in that jank and possibly saved my job. But I said, you know what? No, I ain't doing nothing. I'm walking out, and I ain't never going back ever. And I don't give a fuck what I got to do out here. I'm going to survive. Now, I understand I did that. When I did that, I had already been out here. I was already outside when it comes to entrepreneurship. This was my second cleaning franchise when I did that. I had already had a coverall one, so I already knew what to do to be successful because I fucked up the first time. So I ain't gonna make it seem like I was just so brave and I just did it like that. Like I definitely had business experience. I had owned 2 barbershops before that too. You know what I mean? So be clear on that. But at some point I made up my mind and was just like, I can't do it. I'm missing money being in here. And if you ever get to that point where you realize you making less money, like you will make more money outside the job than in the job, then it's probably time to go. When you did posted in the Clean Business Network, when did you post it in the Clean Business Network? I posted it probably what's today? Wednesday? I think I posted that video last week, honestly. I ain't pinned it to the top though, so I probably should go pin it to the top. But it's in there. If you just go log in right now, scroll down a little bit, it's in there. Well, and I think I titled it "Cleaning Franchises Exposed, How to Bid," something like that. What else we got? Shout out to Coach Bettis. Shout out to C's. Already got your thing, I think. Start working with the ship. Yeah, I already got that one. Shout out to Q again. What else we got? Y'all funny. I've taken over 2 Jam Pro accounts. Don't be afraid of these franchises. Go out there and go sell yourself. I'm telling y'all. And I've seen people do it with way higher prices too and still take the contract. So it ain't always about money. Stop thinking y'all losing out on contracts because y'all charging too much too, because that probably ain't the case. Ask them what it really is. What it say? They underbid and they're great salesmen for the franchise, but the trash salesman with the contract. Exactly. Because it's all about get you to understand how to get paid too. They get paid on commission. And so every time they close a deal, they getting paid. But they ain't never cleaned before, so they don't give a damn if it actually makes sense. You know what I mean? Logically, like sometimes if you do the math, you might be making less than minimum wage the way they bid them. But the salesperson don't know because they never bid before. They don't really know how long it's supposed to take to clean it. They just put it in the calculator. And that's why too, like when y'all in Clean Business Network and we do bidding examples, and you'll give me the square footage, and then the calculator tell you how long it should take to clean. Even if the calculator say that, I'll ask you, do that sound about right? Because you saw the builder, not me. Do these, and because you got to use common sense too. And a lot of them don't do that. They just put whatever the calculator say and roll with it. And sometimes you ain't accounting for everything. So, but you won't know that if you ain't really cleaning. If you ain't the one that's cleaning, and if you don't give a fuck because all you here for is commission. Yamika said, I never thought about it. I can put before and after pictures on Google My Business. Do we pay for that service? Absolutely not. And Yamika, if I'm not mistaken, you in Clean Business Network, so make sure you go through the course and I show you how to set up your Google My Business account and download the app after you set it up, because you can literally upload those pictures from your app. Treat that Google My Business app just like Instagram. I would like to help you and others in business development aspect for commercial cleaning services. I have 12 years business development for cleaning services. Well, email me and see if we can make something work. My email is aj@cleanbusinessnetwork.com. What is the best way? I just told you. All right. Jasmine says, would insurance be the same when doing residential if we go and get a commercial client? Yes, you can still use that same insurance. It's just simple liability coverage. And I will get $1 million policy. $2 million in aggregate. It shouldn't cost you no more than absolute max. I think it shouldn't be no more like $75 a month. But it can be as low as like $30 a month. What else we got? I'm guilty with not following up, but I will now. Company was contracting with, didn't like that I speak my truth. Took 3 days of good pay from me. Yeah, so definitely follow up for sure. I mean, definitely follow up. Because I'm telling you, that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make is you go passing out flyers and you like, dang, nobody called me. If somebody call you, that's a bonus. Don't never go out there with the expectation of getting called, right? Don't ever do that. Like always go out there with the expectation of, I'm going in here to find out who's in charge of hiring a cleaning company for them. Once I know who that is, then I'm trying to get a walkthrough with them. Then once I get the walkthrough with them, then I'm trying to actually close a deal with them. I mean, those are the steps. You got to know what you're going for when you go for it. That's so dope that your queen was ready for whatever. Yeah, that's big facts. And shout out to Gina. I mean, y'all, I mention her all the time in my video, but shout out to Gina though, because my earlier days, I'm definitely was guilty of not giving her the credit that she deserved, because first of all, y'all understand how long it took me to get her to quit her job. I mean, and come full fledged with me in that cleaning business when we was getting started. And but when I finally did though, and I mean, she was all in, and it's like she used to be in them business with the balled up ass face, and I used to feel guilty sometimes, thinking, why the hell I'm putting her through this, and she could be with, I mean, somebody else, some basketball player or whoever, you know what I mean, that can have her in a situation where she ain't got to be out this shit scrubbing toilets. But I just used to always have to keep reminding her, it's gonna pay off. We don't have to do this forever. Everybody, and then we getting teased because other motherfuckers taking trips. Everybody cooking out every goddamn weekend. Everybody going to the club and to the all blacks and the all whites, and they goddamn got fancier clothes than us. The women got their nails done every week. They got their new braids every goddamn week. She had to thug it out. Now, I mean, now she completely different. The contrast is very drastic. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that a lot of those people that she was envying in the moment, and we were envying at the moment, will probably want to switch places with us. But that goes back to the point of this video that I was talking about. Like, you got to do what the fuck you want to be tomorrow. You got to put that work in today. We put that work in yesterday. We worked, grinded all our whole 20s. Really, teen too, because I started at 19. You know what I mean? Just grind all the way. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't think we was gonna make it, me and her, because sometimes she just won't with me. You know what I mean? And I had to learn, listen to the motivational shit. You know what I mean? Steve Harvey and all that. Was just like, your dream was given to you. Sometimes everybody outside of you ain't gonna see it. But the credit I have to give to her is, even if she didn't see it, she still trusted me enough and loved me enough to still stick it out and ride it out any goddamn way. Know what I mean? So shout out to her for sure. And it paid off. Know what I mean? For her. And it's gonna always pay off. Even if, I mean, no matter what, it's gonna always pay off. All right. 2019, let me see what else we got. Okay, that's where we at. 2019, they took the same step. What made you think to do the Clean Biz Network, and do you still keep in contact with the man that inspired you? So that's good questions right there. I actually discussed this in 2020 when I was back in Boston, because I ran into Pops. Shout out to Pops. I ran into him randomly at a 7-Eleven, and I was surprised he remembered me, because he wasn't I was just an extra. You know what I mean? Like, it was my homeboy Monte that knew him. You know what I mean? And Monte was like a son to him. But I was just there. I was a sponge. You know what I mean? But anyway, we don't talk. I got his number that day. I told him I wanted to interview him, but we ain't never, I don't know what happened. But anyway, but yeah, I should try to find him though, because I'm sure he'll love to do it. But yeah. The other part of the question, what made me do Clean Biz Network, so what happened is a long story, by the way. I'm gonna try to shorten it up just for this video, because that's a video in itself. But so, I had a franchise cleaning company, right? I was running that in Virginia, but then I also moved to Florida, and what moved to Florida was that franchise hired me to be an employee for them as well. So when I was an employee for the franchise and running my company there, when I became an employee of it, I started to realize that it was a better way. I didn't agree with everything they were doing, and I started off trying to tell them things that they can do to fix it. But after a while, it's just like, well, dog, I run a goddamn whatever $1 million company. What you run? So why should I listen to you? That was kind of like how I feel like they looked at me. And so it's like that. While they loved my advice on some things, it was just like they weren't trying to hear it on other things. And the turning point was really made me do it and just say, you know what, I'm getting completely out of the franchise altogether. I'm selling my franchise and I'm quitting the job. Was when they seen I was selling starter, because I always was selling starter kits before Clean Biz Network existed. It was just like a little side hustle to my cleaning business, because I'm on the internet telling people, hey, you want to get out of it. You want to get out of your job, you want to find a hustle, hey, start a cleaning company. And then I realized, well, shit, I should probably help them do it. So I just took a page out of the franchise book and was like, you know what? They gave me a starter kit when I started my franchise. Maybe I should sell starter kits. I know how to drop shit because I learned on fucking YouTube, right? Doing all this shit I was telling y'all, right? So I did that. I won't make a lot of money with it because I was drop shipping. I mean, ain't a lot of profit margin in drop shipping, but it was something. But the turning point was when the guy that I was working for, that franchise, told me, you either got to stop doing that little internet stuff you're doing, or we got to let you go. And I remember when Master P said what he said, and that's what popped in my mind. And he was like, damn, if they willing to offer me, oh, I ain't tell you the rest of it. And he told me that he's willing to give me my own territory as a master franchise. He'll invest in me. He see a lot of potential in me. He'll invest in me, give me the whole side over there in Gainesville, I think. Yeah, he wanted me in Gainesville. He could keep his Jacksonville and his Orlando and all of that. But the fact that, and listen, it was a good offer. I would have been living good if I did it. But the fact that he wanted me to stop my shit let me know I must have been on to something. You know what I mean? Like, because when Master P said they offered him, I think he said 10 million. So he was like, damn, I know I'm worth 100 million. I probably got the numbers wrong, but it was something along them lines. And that, hearing that wisdom, and that's why I always try to share my shit, because I might say something that could spark somebody the same way that Master P sparked me when he said what he said about that label opportunity he had. And that's when he started his own and made way more than what he would have made had he took that first $1 million deal, right? So that was really the turning point for me. I was like, nah, if he willing to give me all of that, I can't. No, I mean, I can't let this go. So I quit the job. I sold the franchise to my brother, and I started from scratch. And luckily for me, at that very same time, I thought of the lead generation idea. And the lead generation idea was actually how I really started getting money, because the starter kits weren't really nothing. And then once I got the lead generation, now I mean, everything spiraled up from there. But it was really all about just helping the people, right? Because it was like, I started starter kits because it's like, well, damn, I'm telling y'all how to start a business, but I know some of y'all don't want to fuck with the franchise, even though I'm with them, but it's cool. I tell you what, if you want to go independent, I'll still help you because I got an idea based off of my experience with them. I'll give you the starter kit. Then it kind of blossomed into, damn, I got these leads. Then it was, all right, well, AJ, how you bid? Then I came up with a bidding calculator, luckily for me, because I worked for them and I saw how the math worked. So I just made up my own thing. And then I'm very computer savvy. Again, certain things I just got lucky that my shit starting to come together. You know what I mean? It's like, but again, I always tell y'all, all of us are lucky. You just got to know how to use it. The harder you work, the luckier you'll be. If you put the work in, you're going to attract lucky situations to you. But anyway, so then I started creating the calculator. And basically what I just started doing after a while was I thought about whatever somebody would struggle with starting a cleaning company or trying to grow it. I'm going to create a solution for that shit. You know what I mean? Because, all right, so I used to watch a lot of like Pan-African videos and a lot of shit. I mean, when Hidden Colors first came out, I was on it. I mean, all the ones after that. But one thing I did never like, like religious shit, right? And I don't want to go too far on that side because I don't want to mess with nobody. Whatever you believe is your thing. But when I started studying religions, I would hear certain people as I was studying deeper and deeper bash the other one. And the one thing I didn't like was, I'm like, well, dog, what's the solution? What should we believe then if that's wrong? Like, where do we go? And so I never liked that. I'm a solution-oriented type of person. I'm not going to always focus on the problem. They telling me Christmas and Halloween, all this shit is pagan, but it's all right, well, what do we do then? Well, how can we fix it? And all this different stuff. So anyway, that's how I kind of went into it with Clean Biz Network. Like, once I started figuring out certain things about franchising, I was like, well, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. I said, I'm not going to hop up on the internet and bash them or talk bad about it until I can have a alternative. Because I hate when people, I hate when people like present a problem and ain't got no damn solution for you. Like, dog, you go, all right, well, don't get a franchise. Okay, well, what do I do then? You know what I mean? So that's why I just made it. I was like, I bet I got you. You know what I mean? So that's how I came with Clean Biz Network. How much do you think the business should make before wanting to hire somebody? I think you should want to hire them immediately, right? You want to make a system out of it immediately, but I think that it's not even really more about how much you make. It's really more so about you having the experience. Like once you think you like, once you get enough hands-on experience, the best way I can say to do that is if you get, let's say you go one contract at a time, get a contract, work it yourself, put somebody in it. Get a contract, work it yourself, put somebody in it, and don't work it too long. I don't want you getting used to the money. Don't do it for the money. Do it for the experience, and then put somebody in it. Because each time you get a different contract, you're gonna get different experience. It's gonna help you to get better, and then you good. Yeah, that's I'm talking about Tyreek film, Tyreek Nasheed. All right, what else we got? Appreciate that, Yumika. Shout out to Peace and War. Been rocking with me the whole time, laughing at my crazy ass. C said, "Do you have any regrets or things you did that might have fast tracked you to where you are now quicker?" That's a good ass question. I think the one thing I regret is being too humble, like I am, because so I don't know if I told this before. All right, two things. Number one, I was too humble. I probably should have showed a little more, like flashiness. Only because even though I don't like that shit, it's not even my style, but it works. It does work. They get more people aware of you and following you and I mean buying to your program and all that type of shit. Um, but I'll say the one thing I really do regret though is not going on David Shen's podcast. What is it? Sleeping for Suckers or what is it? Um, the Social Proof podcast. So I had the opportunity to go up there probably a little over a year ago. Might have, yeah, a little over a year ago. Might have been just about 2 years ago, honestly. And the reason why I didn't go was because he had just started charging people to get up there. So number one, that was a red flag because I didn't know they were charging people to get up there. Because then the first thing popped in my mind was like, well, damn, can't anybody just go on there? Then know they got the money to pay and say anything. So I ain't really like that, but I was like, cool, pay to play. Nothing wrong with that. I actually got videos out here where I kind of hinted on it a little bit, but I never really came out here and said why I didn't do it. So here I go. And I like to plug little shit like this in these long ass live videos because a lot of times people ain't gonna catch them. But anyway, unless you watching my shit and you clip me up and put it out there, then fine. I hope you monetize it too. But anyway, uh, but I regret not doing it. And the reason why I didn't do it for he was charging what 7,500. That wasn't bad for the amount of exposure you're gonna get. But the reason why I didn't do it is because he said I asked him. I said, all right, if I pay this money, am I going to have rights to the content? He said, no, we don't let anybody keep the rights to our content. So I can't do it then. I can't pay that much and come fly myself out there and not have rights to the goddamn content because I want to repurpose it because I want to be able to show, you know what I mean? Like that's a good platform and it's even bigger now. That's why I kind of wish I would have just went on ahead and did it. Oh, thought they were ready. Yes, he ain't. But anyway, that's why I wish I would have went on ahead and did it. But yeah, so that's probably the one regret I had because it definitely would have jumped me a lot further. I also regret not pushing harder on Instagram because again, I've been out here before everybody. I mean, most people on the internet, I was out here before them, but they all shot past me because for whatever multiple different reasons. But I feel like I definitely should have been on Earn Your Leisure, but I didn't get aggressive. I'm always in my little bubble and I'm always stubborn and I feel like I'm me. I ain't gotta link up with nobody, or I ain't gotta do this, or I ain't gotta do that. I don't need. You know what I mean? So I got that little thing with me. So I kind of regret that, but at the same time, I'm kind of right. Like, I mean, if you get big enough, they'll want your ass, right? If I was, I don't know, Steve Harvey. You think Steve Harvey paying their ass to be on their show? No. I mean, no, because he don't need to. So that was my thing. Like, just get bigger, so you'll be in demand. Versus, you know what I mean, having to do all this bullshit and giving up rights to shit that you paid for and all of that. I don't like that. So, but anyway, but shout out to him though. I mean, I ain't. That's not a knock against him. By the way, I'm not bashing at all. That's not a knock. I'm not bashing at all. I support definitely EYL, David Shands, all of them. I mean, I like what they doing, especially Earn Your Legion in particular. Everything that they did for the culture is fucking and still doing is monumental and it's exactly what the culture needed for sure. So shout out to them. But I'm saying I regret not going harder to go get on those platforms. Right. I could be myself here. I knew you were God by the fact. All right.
I can't even. Anyway, I ain't gonna say nothing. Shout out to Tavares, who was he was a franchise owner when I was working at the franchise. He says, "You ever thought about generating business around special cleaning and carpet cleaning, just like you do with the?" So I thought about it, and I thought about because I got a homeboy. Shout out to Mr. Wilfacker. He's in the lawn care, and we tested it out. Like I got him a lead for lawn care, and he said it was legit and everything. And he actually got an opportunity to bid for the lawn care for an apartment complex. So we thought about it, but I just didn't want to mix it up yet. But we probably should now, but we can get them maybe. Peace and war. Who's that? You me get in Jacksonville on my way right now to a walkthrough at the spot. Oh, I ain't realized you was in Jacksonville. So if I get any of these contracts, and I probably can hit you up. Know what I mean, you can if you open to subbing again. I don't tell nobody to make a career out of it. Subbing is only for getting your experience up. If you're just getting started, know what I mean. Sometimes if it's bid right, you could be okay. Know what I mean? And obviously I'm gonna make sure I bid it right because of me. I can't be up here saying one thing and then not doing it. But anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I keep you in mind then as we start to get more opportunities. Shout out to Switch Camp. Appreciate you. Arthur says, would you say the more organized you are and the more detailed systems your systems are leads you better to success? Absolutely, without a doubt. Now, but I don't want nobody to try to get so organized that they're not taking action either. Like the more organized, the better. But at the very same time, let's make sure we're getting it done too. But I agree 100%. Systemize everything. As a matter of fact, like for your admin stuff, anything that you do, record it. Get you a screen recorder and record every single thing that you do because that's a process that you're doing. And there'll be a lot of things that we do in our business that we be thinking, only I can do that. I can't teach nobody to do that. But that's just not true. You know what I mean? So definitely record it. Somebody can do it. I used to think that I was going to be the only one that can do my payroll for Clean Business Network because my people overseas and I pay them through PayPal. And it was like, damn, I can't get nobody my PayPal. They're going to log in. They're going to whatever. And then I done that a few years ago and ain't had no problem. Shout out to Bill. All right. So what else we got? By the way, hit that like button. We got a lot more viewers than like us. So I would appreciate if that number was a little bit more balanced out. All right. What else we got? 19-year-old version of him. What would AJ say to the 19-year-old version of him? Dog. 19-year-old me was a fucking beast for the record. So only thing where I messed up was I ain't lock in on the cleaning business that I had at that time. I would have locked in 100%. See, the mistake I used to make was at 19, mind you, I ain't know nothing about YouTube and shit yet. So I used to go like on Google and read these blogs and shit. And there was so many of these blogs and ripoffreport.com, and they would say how the cleaning franchise was a scam. They was this, they were that. And it was so much negativity, and I would just fuel my brain with that. And it was like, if I just would have thought positive and stayed a student and stayed locked in, I could have built something with that. And then eventually, obviously, I would have learned that the franchise went away and grew and sold it or something, or took my accounts with me. But if I just would have stayed locked in, because see, back then I was like automatically thinking it's a scam anyway. And I was not cleaning good. I was a horrible fucking cleaner. I was rushing to get out the buildings. I treated it as a hustler, not as a business. I was rapping at that time, like seriously, and going out to do shows, but ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just I should have did it better. And I definitely would have went shit. I would have went harder with my rap too, because the way I was with my business side, I always been business minded. My problem at that time was just not putting in the work physically. I won't clean in the buildings good enough. But I read my whole goddamn FDD back then, even at 19. Now, I mean, I can draw up a contract like I want nothing, even at 19. Like I always been at that, good at business. I would have been a better leader too. I was too goddamn nice. I used to let people do whatever. You know what I mean? So I would have been better. So I just would have told myself to do exactly what I'm doing, but take myself more seriously, and other people would take me more seriously. And do that in every scenario, not just when it's comfortable. You know what I mean? But definitely do exactly what you're doing because you're about to be ahead of the whole goddamn world. Just keep going. Late but still great. Shout out to you for catching me. Son of Bleed. What else we got? Relating to your answer about hiring, can you quickly cover that, or do you have a video on how to keep the bills paid, then start hiring people? I do got a video on that, but we can talk about it real quick. So how to keep the bills paid, that's what I want to talk. That's my point. Like when the person had to ask how much money you should make before you start hiring, here's the thing. You shouldn't be trying to live off the money in the first place. That's why I be like hire as soon as possible, because if you like me, I ain't that disciplined. So if it's there, it's hard for me not to spend that shit. Even if I'm reinvesting it, but it's hard for me not to use it in some type of way. So what I'm trying to say is, if you get $1,000 a month contract, and if you don't go in that shit planning to clean it and keep the whole $1,000 to yourself anyway, if you go into it expecting to pay out, I mean, 600, 650, whatever you pay out, 500. I don't know what y'all paying out, but it's gonna be between what? About you're gonna pay out between 500 and 700 probably. If you go into it looking at it as out of this $1,000 contract, I'm taking home 300. If you go into it like that, you'll be better off versus getting 1,000 and then trying to live off of it because you done quit your job. Now you got what? 5 contracts, $1,000 each. I'm just giving you hypotheticals. You're making $5,000 a month, which is great money, $6,000 a year. Problem is, if you hire somebody, that whole shit goes away. I'm trying to think, where did I just say this? But I was saying it in the, so I'm writing a book right now too, just fun fact. All right. And I was talking about this in that book. But because that literally happened to me. I was so busy living off the money from me out there cleaning that every time if I tried to hire somebody, it cut into my own damn money. But that was the problem. I was thinking that the business money was my money when it wasn't. You got to put them systems in place. Hire somebody. Whatever you get, put somebody else in it. Now, by putting somebody else in it, now you got time to go get more contracts. So when the guy was saying earlier, how you get to 2,000, 2,500, don't get 2,000, 2,500. Go get $5,000. Go get $6,000. Now you make 2,000, 2,500 passive versus making it and you clean it. Now, I mean, it's easy to go get that cleaning, but no, go get that shit as a business owner. What else we got? Did I answer that question? I'm gonna go back to it and make sure. Can you quickly cover? So basically, to sum that up, the answer was, if you already did this, I'll talk about that in a second. But the answer is, don't get out here cleaning all the buildings and trying to make enough to afford to hire anyway. You can afford to hire the moment you got income coming in. Charge the customer enough money to pay somebody else to do it. Only take home the profit. Okay? Then, as you grow, now you'll have enough to pay yourself and keep some in the business, right? And keep growing, but you still paying everybody. So that's the way to do it. Now, if you're already in business, you're already stuck in the field, and now it's already costing you to hire people, then guess what you got to do? You're gonna have it's a couple different ways. It's gonna be hard as shit. What I did was I picked a date. I said, from this day on, I ain't never cleaning ever again, no matter what. And guess what? Cars got repoed. Loans that I had didn't get paid. All type of shit happened. Credit scores dropped. But at least I was out of the field and I can focus on growing the business. All right? It happened. So that's one thing that you can do. Or you can just do exactly what I just said, but go get a job. So I did exactly what I just said, and I forgot I did go, I started Ubering, Lyft, all that type of shit. So you can do that to help supplementing your income, being that you about to lose some because you just gave up a part of that to pay other people to do it. So there you go. Go to my channel and look up. I think I got like a playlist on my homepage on my channel called Building the Business. Look at those videos. It'll definitely break down how I was able to do it. What you doing? Come on.
I gotta go. What time? What's the number? 904-729-6658. 904. What you doing?
Ain't you coming to school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Just get it tomorrow. Come on.
Alright. Bye, bro.
Worse than so. Why you gonna wait till you get way to the car just to do that?
I didn't know you would be right here.
I told you just be trying to show off with me.
No, I'm not.
All right, I'm live anyway. Uh, AJ, where am I? Is AJ Simmons fearful, doubtful, or overwhelmed anymore in regards to business? Well, hell yes. Hell yeah. I was just talking about that earlier. Yes, every day. And I just got to fight through it. That's why I listen to motivational shit all day, every day. All day, every day. And then once you get pumped up, and then especially like once you start doing shit, you get a track record built for yourself. And you can look it back at the shit that you did. Or, like I tell my wife, look around. I mean, you start acquiring certain shit, like a nicer house or a nicer vehicle, and you start to say, look around. I mean, like we look at what doing what we did got us, and we can get more of this and better of this. We keep going, and we can do it for the family, not just for us. And I mean, it's so many different pros that come with just keep going. So, I mean, the more you do it, the better you'll get with it. But of course, you still gonna have that doubt. Of course, you still gonna be scared. Of course, because all of that's gonna come from doing things that you ain't never done before. And the day that you stop doing, like trying new shit and doing stuff you ain't never done before, you ain't growing no more. So that's part of it. That's called growth. What else we got? We got more. Let's see. AJ, can you see it? Can you read some of that? I'm at. Look at the one from Peace and War right there.
Peace and War. What you think about business credit or lines
of credit?
Lining what? What? I can't see it.
Let's see. What you think about business credit or a loan? Not a loan. You know, the A make the O make the loan sound. So business credit or loan, and what's the idea? Score tab. All right, so business credit. Here's my answer on that. All right. Ideal score to have, I think you can get it, 640, 680, somewhere around there, six-ish, 620 sometimes, depending on who the lender is. It varies from different lenders. But the real answer is, if it's true business credit, your personal shit won't matter no way. And the way to get true business credit is to actually have a real business that generates real cash flow. That's my experience on that. The DUNS number, the 800 number, all that other shit, I ain't never done none of that. And I already told you, I got hundreds of thousands of business credit. You know what I mean? Somebody took their light back, they ain't like that answer. That's my truth. Right. But anyway, what else we got? Appreciate. No, it's mine. I am hungry. We can start this, honey. Sit back. What you doing?
Trying to see if I got something to drink in my lunchbox.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up soon, y'all. Appreciate the content and the answer. Just got the course a month ago. Shout out to TJ. Appreciate that. Yumika, that absolutely. I'm definitely keep you on my mind for Jacksonville. Impresses. Thanks for the info. I needed this advice. Good to help. I'm glad to help. Family is everything. Appreciate that. And that's facts. I feel we got Q checking in, and then we got Impress says, I want to start work in my business and let my business work for me. I'm going to binge watch a video. I'm telling you, go ahead and just lock in on that. See, I forgot I had this in my hand. Hope I won't rival like fucking up and giving y'all static. He said the Carolyn interview was a real one. Fact, that's because she a real one though. Shout out to Carolyn. I rely on. Look up her YouTube channel. If you get a car under your LLC, is it possible to only use the vehicle for personal use and just write off the car payment? To use it for personal, I don't know because I ain't done that yet. But it sounds like you up to something though. Because I could. So what I'm thinking, what you probably can do, I don't know how beneficial that will be, is rent it to yourself from the LLC. But would that even make fucking because that don't make sense. Because if anything, you want to rent it to your business because the business is the one that can deduct it, not you. Unless you're a sole proprietor. But I don't know. I think one thing that we should do though, and I say this all the time, and I know it makes people mad, but it is what it is. I think that the most important thing to do is to focus on making money and not focus on the tricks. Like, we're gonna figure out how to trick the IRS and all that other shit later. I think for now, let's just at least get to $500,000 in revenue or something. I mean, then we'll figure out all those tricks and shit because those ain't gonna get you there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I want to say on that, honestly. And for the record, so those who don't know, somebody might say, "Well, you saying that because you know what you're talking about." So the Tesla that we have, while I say it's my wife's car because I did buy it for her and we made content on that, that's definitely the company car. All right, and it's a lease because that way it can be 100% tax deductible. So just to throw that out there in case you're wondering what the hell my conditions are to speak on that. But anyway, yep, I'm gonna need some gas. All right, appreciate the realness, big dog. Appreciate you for checking in. That's all I got. You got anything else to say to him before we go?
Subscribe. Subscribe.
You probably hurt the damn ears. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe, like, share, comment. You got a channel still? Oh, you gotta start over.
No, I gotta start over.
All right. Well, when he start over, he wants y'all to tell y'all kids to subscribe to his channel.
I said subscribe to your channel.
I know, but I was talking about. See, I'm trying to help you. You trying to help me. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. We talk to y'all later. I'll be live again soon. So if you missed this, or everybody rewatching, turn on them notifications and you won't miss it. All right. Thank y'all for who joined. Shout out to G-Man. Long time subscriber.